Christmas show. In this season of peace and goodwill, we preview next year's best beat-em-up, Killer Instinct on the Ultra 64. We've also got an exclusive look of the other two new super consoles, the Saturn and the PlayStation.
We'll be having a special data blast with all the cheats and game reviews from the whole series, so get a tape ready if you want to record it. It features this week's main review, the new console versions of Doom on the Jaguar and 32X.
And I'll be reporting from below the surface of Loch Ness to locate the famous monster and her eggs. All right. Yeah.
Christmas is coming. You know what that means, don't you? It means everybody's going to sit around arguing about what to watch on TV. So, we here at Bad Influence offer a solution. Don't watch the James Bond movie you've seen 3 times already. Persuade people to settle down and play video games together.
Now, we like to think of Bad Influence as one big happy family, so I've come up to the control room to look at a multiplayer game that our production team is completely addicted to, Tetris. Now, you might think of Tetris as a really sad and lonely one-player game, but with one of these, you can double your fun. The way it works is quite simple. Each player can choose a different difficulty level, so ill-matched players can have a good game. This player here is on level 0, so that's quite simple. Over here, the player is on level 3. Also, every time you get rid of a row of lines, they're transferred onto the other player's screen. Look, come on you lot, concentrate. It's our last chance to make the perfect programme.
There are 2 so-called multi-taps that you can use to play any of the SNES multiplayer games. You simply plug them into the joypad port and then plug 3 other joypads into them so that 4 of you can play games like Street Racer, Jimmy Connor's Tennis, or the one they're playing here, which is Super Bomberman 2. Look, there's player 1, player 2, player 3... and player 4.
If you've got a Mega Drive, the situation is slightly different. Each software company that makes multiplayer games for the Mega Drive has got their own adapter, like this J-Cart for Micro Machines 2, in which the 2 extra joystick ports are actually built into the cartridge. Or there's this adapter, in which you can play Sega's own games, like Gauntlet. Or there's this 4-way Play Sports adapter, which lets you play games like NBA Live 95 and FIFA 95, which you can't get this lot off.
But for the ultimate in family football fun, what about this? This is the 3DO version of FIFA, and you can play with up to 6 players. This is how it works. Excuse me, gents. Player 1 lugs his joypad into the 3DO. Player 2 into the joypad of Player 1. Player 3 into the joypad of Player 2. Player 4 into Player 3. Player 5 into Player 4. And as I'm going to be Player 6, I've got to plug it into the joypad of Player 5, which is David. Then, in gameplay, because there's 22 players on the pitch, you've got to figure out which is you. You can spot which player you're controlling by these little coloured circles of light that seem to follow each player eerily around the pitch.
Twisted on the 3DO is our Christmas favourite, though. Up to 4 players can compete in a zany game show.
Roll the cyber die, complete the various challenges, and get to the end first.
Twink Fizdale is your bleached, toothy host, and players pick contestants as Twink guides them to the top of a spiralling game show board. OK, so I've called Andy over for a challenge. Now, I have to secretly press A, B or C to choose the row. And I've done that. Now, Andy is Major Steel, so he has to choose A, B or C. So this is the actual challenge he's got to do.
Oh, I like this one.
So obviously you've got to match up the different pictures. Come on, Andy. No, that calf was in the top right, I think. That's it. And then the round window. The round window. That's it. Pig, last one.
Yes! 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 Christmas bells, ding dong, ding dong. Welcome, Christmas furtlers. Now, because nobody bothered to turn up to my Christmas party last year, I've decided not to invite any of my so-called friends this year, but instead to invite my relations. Oh, hello, Granny Nam. Oh, hello, dear. My, how you've grown. Yes, Granny, you're just in time to help me with my first cheat. Oh, that'll be nice, dear. It's for Road Avengers on the Mega CD. What's a Mega DC, dear? Never mind, Granny. Just do what I say and pick up that black thing. Right, on the options screen, just press A 5 times. That's it, then B 5 times. And A once again. And then you'll be able to sit back and watch the animation as the game plays itself. Oh, that's very nice, dear. Now, give Granny Nam a great big kiss. No, get off, Granny.
It's the nearest he'll get to a snog this Christmas. This is the classic computer game Doom. Not so much a PC shoot-'em-up, more of a legend. It started life 2 years ago and became an overnight sensation. Everyone and everywhere wanted a piece of the ultra-violent first-person action where you play a Marine sent to Mars to clean up a base overrun by mutant zombies. And most amazing of all, the original Doom was what was known as shareware. That was so you could get a free version of the game by downloading it from the internet.
The programmers decided they'd been too generous with the shareware idea, and so they produced Doom 2, with new monsters, 30 new levels, and a proper price tag. As with the original, the idea is beautifully simple. Kill or be killed, and get to the next level before the undead get you.
Now, for the first time, Doom is available on console, although only on 2 of the new posh ones. This is how it looks on the Jaguar, described as a special edition. They reckon it's the best version ever made. It's certainly easier to play as it comes with this special joypad overlay that shows you where all your weapons are.
And here it is in 32 bits on the 32X. This version has all the weapons and all the gore, but fewer levels. So, which version did our panel prefer? Here's Paul.
You don't have to play either of these games for very long. See, the Jaguar version is far superior. It also has much better gameplay. The first thing you notice is the 2 versions look quite different. The 32X version on the right has a border around the picture, so you get less of a sense of actually being there. Also, the colours in the Jaguar version are more subtle, which is good. The Jaguar game has the true gloom of Doom. It's got all the atmosphere of the PC original. There's also a lot more detail in the Jaguar version. Now I'm going after the pink creatures. They take 3 hits, but as you can see, they're actually biting me, which makes me lose a lot of my energy. I've now picked up the minigun, which is a much better weapon. But it's how they play that really separates the men from the boys. This is the Jaguar version. It's much faster and scrolls better. For anyone who hasn't played Doom, you shoot everything that moves and scavenge from them. Back to the 32X version. Here I am playing one of the last levels, which is pretty simple. This version is quite a bit easier than the Jaguar one. The baddies are easier to kill, and it only has 17 levels. Younger kids will probably prefer the 32X game, but real Doom players will get bored pretty quick. The Jaguar game blows away the 32X version. Hardcore Doom addicts will love it.
My vote goes to the Jaguar version. It's a great game, and it has the best score I've seen all year.
They both play really well, but the Jaguar just has the edge.
And the scores for Doom. The Jaguar version gets 5s.
And the 32X version gets average 3s.
Ever fancied a trip below the murky waters of Loch Ness? Well, Z managed it a few weeks ago, but not in Scotland, in a high-tech museum in Norfolk, Virginia, at the largest naval base in the world.
Norfolk is #1 in the world when it comes to naval craft of all types. It has the world's largest natural harbor and America's oldest and biggest shipyard. So it's not surprising that they chose it as the home for a brand new museum of the sea, Nauticus, the National Maritime Center.
Like in many modern museums nowadays, the emphasis is on interactivity. You can be a TV weatherman.
Look at these temperatures. You can steer an oil tanker. You could pump up a sub. You could track the undersea world using sonar. You can tickle an urchin or stroke a shark.
But the high spot of Nauticus is to take a trip under Loch Ness with a crack team of explorers.
Our mission is to boldly go where no crew has ever been before, and a virtual trip below the murky waters of Loch Ness. Thanks to the latest technology, we have a real good chance of finding the beast.
Come on in, team. We haven't got much time. Please take your places on the circles there on the floor.
This is my team, each individually picked for their skills. Well, they were next to me and my mom in the queue.
Being attacked.
Each of the crew has a specific task. We have a pilot who controls the craft, 2 robotic arm operators whose task is to collect Nessie's eggs if we can find any, a periscope operator, and a commander who can guide the pilot by seeing what's on the radar screen. That's me. Our information is that the monster is still alive and has her eggs scattered about the floor of the loch. The bad news is that there are not only other large nasties about, but bounty hunters too. They're in the next craft. There are up to 3 vehicles in the loch at any one time.
Attention, periscopes.
This is all very environmentally sound. No guns, just immobilizing gel. There's a lot of serious computing power back here. The people who made it also designed battle simulators for the military and decided to use the same technology in the entertainment field. They need a lot of computer power because there are up to 3 vessels playing at once, each running 2 projectors for the 3D effect, and it's all computed in real time. Oh, we've been trapped in the whirlpool. Virtual Adventures is actually a ride, a movie, and a game all rolled into one.
Yeah, we won!
Right. What's new and different about Virtual Adventures is a great sense of teamwork. Do we have fun, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's addictive. Time for another mission.
Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, and I almost forgot. Merry Christmas.
Christmas bells, ding dong, ding dong. Christmas bells. Oh, Furtlers, the party is going with a real swing. And this is Baby Bam. Good little Baby Bam. Are you going to help Uncle Nammy Whammy with this next cheaty weety then? Yes. Oh, good. It's for Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles on the Snezzy Wezzy. Yes, it is. And you'll be able to play with 2 new extra characters. Yes, you will. On the options screen, just press X up, Y left, B down, A right, X and up. And then, when you start to play, you'll be presented with 2 new extra characters to choose from. There we go, Rat King and Karai. Hey! Oh, Bam, what have you done? Excuse me, can I have some help over here?
It's a good thing this programme doesn't go out in smell-o-vision. There's some interesting hardware in the shops this Christmas. There's the 3DO, the first CD super console. Then there's the CDI, which lets you play movies on CD and has some nice-looking games, like this new one, Chaos Control. Then we've got the Neo Geo CD, which lets you play arcade fighting games in your home. And then there's the Jaguar, the world's first 64-bit console. But 3 new machines are set to take over next year, and Bad Influence is the first place we'll have ever seen them all together.
This one is Sega's Saturn, due to replace the Mega Drive and supersede the stopgap 32X. It's a 32-bit machine. It'll play games on carts, the slot in the back here, and also on CD. There's only one game around for it at the moment, Virtua Fighter. This machine has been specially imported from Japan for Bad Influence, but the Saturn will be available in the UK next year.
This one's the Sony PlayStation, and this one's also just been released in Japan. Now, Sony are a pretty big name so far as hi-fi and TV are concerned, but this is their first foray into the world of video games. Will they succeed? Well, so far the signs are good. Over 100,000 machines were sold on the first day alone. It comes with the classic arcade game, Ridge Racer. Players cruise across the globe attempting to beat each other in a race to the coast. You can achieve incredible speeds. You tear up the tarmac through cities, winding mountain roads and canyons. Different racing conditions hamper your progress, and drivers will even have to race at night. The level of detail and realism has never been matched outside an arcade, and the home version of Ridge Racer will leave you breathless. The PlayStation's got quite a few nice little touches, like all the game CDs come in this funky black colour. Put that in, get that going. Also, the joystick is really innovatively designed. It's really, really comfortable. You've only got 4 direction buttons, but you've got 4 normal buttons on the top there, and 4 more at the side, like 2 SNES pads stuck together. And you get to play a nice little game of Galaxians while you're waiting for Ridge Racer to load. Died.
The PlayStation should be out in the UK in about a year's time. And so to Nintendo's super console, the Ultra 64. Well, details about it are rather sketchy. There are no working prototypes. There aren't even artist impressions, so we can't show you that. But we can show you this. This is the arcade version of the Ultra 64, and they say that when the console version is released, the electronic jiggery-pokery inside it will be able to run exactly the same games as this baby. So you'll be able to play games like this in your bedroom. This is the awesome Killer Instinct. It features amazing 3D sprites and backdrops. The action takes place over loads of different locations, and the camera zooms in and out of the screen to focus on the warriors as they bash each other to bits. You can fight as a morphing liquid monster who can mutate his body into different shapes, or play as an axe-wielding mystical character. And on the subject of axe-wielding mystical characters, this is Chris, who is the designer of Killer Instinct. Welcome to Bad Influence. All right. He's going to demonstrate for us one of the amazing features of this game, a 27-move combo. Check this out. Awesome!
Furtlers, you're just in time because we're just about to play a party game. But first, a quick cheat for Lawnmower Man on the Game Boy. Hold down A and right, and then turn the Game Boy on. Then when the license screen appears, hold down left, B, and start. And after the story, hold down B, A, and start. And you'll get a secret level select menu. And now, party time. Right, listen, pay attention, pay attention. We're going to play a party game. Now, it's called charades, and you all have to guess what I'm miming. Here we go. No, it's a computer game. Right.
Mortal Kombat 2.
No, this means two words. Right. No, it's Lawnmower Man. Right. If you're not going to play properly, I'm sick of you lot. You can all get out. The party's over. Come on, get in there, get out. Don't ever darken my basement again.
And now for some more games reviews. The final chapter of the Star Wars trilogy comes out on the SNES this week. Super Return of the Jedi lets you play 5 different characters, including, for the first time, Princess Leia. All the characters are blessed with different skills and are best used strategically. So, if you need to kill a baddie from a distance, don't use Luke's Force, use Han Solo's gun. Here's Lakesh.
This is arguably the best of the Star Wars games, but I hope it's the last. I'm genuinely fed up with them. Here I'm flying in the Millennium Falcon just above the Death Star. I'm trying to shoot down 20 TIEs. This is probably the best showing of Mode 7 on the SNES. I've got to try and get behind the TIE so I can shoot them down without them shooting me back. With so many great games in the market right now, you'd have to be a real Star Wars fan to buy this one.
I really enjoyed this game. It's fast, easy to control, and the graphics have a great depth and atmosphere.
This style of gameplay is old and sad. Please could you have something different?
Has Luke lost his Force? Super Return of the Jedi gets a 3 from the boys and a 4 from the girls.
2 years and £1 million ago, programmers started work on this new beat-em-up, Rise of the Robots. The game boasts an artificial intelligence program, which lets your computer-controlled opponent respond to your fighting style. If you repeat a move several times, the robot will learn to block it. Rise is being released on 20 formats altogether, and this week it's out on the consoles. Here's Sally with the SNES version.
The good thing about this game is the futuristic metallic look. The list of bad things is a bit longer. It's slow, unresponsive, and there's no gore. In single player, you're always the cyborg, which is a blue guy. You play some pretty interesting opponents. I'm playing Crusher. His soft spot is his head, and I'm trying to get that, but I can't. I like the metallic sound when you hit the bad guy, but you just get some shards of flying metal. It's a shame they couldn't come up with some kind of oily ooze or something. Also, the controls are very unresponsive. The game feels really sluggish to play. What a waste of £1 million. Nice looking. Shame about the gameplay.
Like most people, I've been looking forward to playing this game, but unfortunately, it's a real disappointment.
This is a really dull beat-em-up. Perhaps they spent too much time on the look of the game and not enough time on the playability.
So, the long-awaited Rise of the Robots gets a disappointing 2 out of 5 from both the boys and the girls.
Last week's competition prize was one of these, a Wern's Multimedia PC. We asked you what is the actual date for the 12th day of Christmas. The answer is the 6th of January because you start counting from Boxing Day. Oi, stop blowing me up. The lucky winner is Vicky Brown from Oxford. Well done. Over 26,000 people entered. But 10 runners-up get Bad Influence T-shirts.
No competition this week because it's the last programme in the series, but instead a special data blast which will include all our hints, cheats, tips and game reviews from the whole series, all 15 programmes. If you want to record it, get a video in the slot and set it into record now while I explain how it works in case you haven't seen it before. What you do is record the data blast at normal speed. It'll look like this, all flying through. Bang, 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 bang. Then what you do is rewind it, and by using the frame advance, you'll be able to get access to pages and pages of bad influence information. So stand by, here it comes. What we've included are things like these, you must-haves, the ones that are well worth getting. Stuff that it's worth looking at, stuff that's dull, stuff that you must never get anywhere near. These are NAM's cheats. There's cheats for the Mega Drive, for the Amiga, for the Mega CD. There's loads of stuff. It's all there.
That's it for this show and this series. We'll see you next year. Enjoy the data blast.
We'll leave you with one of the hot games for next year. This is Ridge Racer. Have a nice Christmas. See you next year.
Merry
Bye-bye.
Christmas. Bye.